Huntington Avenue receives a call for a fire.
Smoke showing.
It's at a 2.5-story brick commercial building.
Who's to it? Let's go. Working fire.
Steve gets a major fire on his first shift. It's also his first call as an official truckie working on the ladder. Steve was previously assigned to an engine company.
There's a big difference between the engine and the truck.
I try to tell myself all the time that as much as I think I learned a lot of things, you still don't know crap.
You want to go up for 14? We'll take a big line up at 14.
A scrap metal recycling business is ablaze. There's nobody in the building, but there's dangerous material inside. The firefighters will have to approach with extreme caution.
What's going up away from the building? Right there.
Initially, the smoke that was coming out of there, it looked like obviously there's a pretty good fire going. But you don't know the extent of it till you get inside.
When we got here, ladder 4 had already opened up the front garage door. There was fire inside where they were hitting it. Once they broke that door down in the front, you could see the fire in there.
Steve grabs a saw off the truck to break through the second door.
I had a problem starting it. And Glenn came over, and obviously, you know, he knows what's going on with it, and started it up. And then just went over and cut the locks off the door. Glenn used the rake to hold it in place.
As soon as we slid up the door, we could see that it was a forklift right inside the door. Usually with a forklift, there's a propane tank.
In an occupation filled with hazardous substances, propane is among the scariest ones they face.
If a propane tank gets heated up, it starts propane vapors out into the fire. If the fire impinges on the tank, then that tank will explode, which causes what they call a BLEVE, which is a boiling liquid expanding vapor explosion. And you don't want that to happen.
We had the engine companies right away hit the propane tanks just in case they're getting hot, they'll cool them down.
As the propane tank is doused, Ladder 26 gets ready to enter a building with a sobering possibility of a collapse.
When we started making entry, the safety chief said don't go in, that the building was unsafe, and there was a big buckle in the front wall.
Back up, back up.
I noticed a large crack on the rear wall where it met the side wall. You could see where the building was starting to separate a little bit, and it ran right across the roof line. So our building looked like it was pretty unsafe.
I didn't really feel like going inside that thing. I don't think anybody else did. You just don't get a good feeling about that type of a building.
The Boston Fire Department prides itself on aggressively combating fires from inside the building. But this fire is too dangerous. With no civilian lives on the line, the attack strategy changes from offensive to defensive. This fire will be fought from the outside. An unstable building full of dangerous material is burning. Putting the fire out from the inside is no longer an option.
The safety chief pulled everybody back out of the collapse zone, which means if the building's 20 feet tall, you got to go back that far. When the building's unsafe, they pull everybody out and they do what they call a surround and drown, and then everybody just stays outside and throws water in wherever they can.
The engine companies direct 6 hoses on the fire, pumping 1,500 gallons of water per minute onto the flames. Soon the visible flames are out. But a ladder company will have to go in to make sure the fire is completely extinguished. To limit life risk, only one ladder company will be chosen.
So you see all the trucks they all hover around the chief, and they want to be the one that gets picked to go in. And today it was our turn, so we lucked out. We got to go in and do some work.
Glenn, grab a roof ladder with Stevie.
As the guys of Ladder 26 enter, the threat of building collapse is still very real.
It's always a bad situation if the building collapses. If something comes down on you, that's how you lose guys. A lot of guys get killed from, collapses. So, yeah, that's the worst nightmare.
There we go. All right, drop it down.
We put a ladder up in the cock loft and got up inside the cock loft and looked up there. The fire was in between 2 wooden ceilings.
The chief had a line sent up, so Glenn brought the line up. He handed it to me. I turned it around where we thought there might be some fire.
So I'm behind the ladder, and Lieutenant Kelly and Glenn go up there, and I lifted my arm up, and right away I felt like this shock come down my arm. And I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, great, you already pinched a nerve, you just started working on the truck and you're already hurt? Like, you suck.
Chief, yeah, there's another cock loft above this.
Once we started playing the line, we could feel it tingling different parts of our body, wherever we were touching the hose.
Yo! Just got a blast in the half.
So we were yipping and nipping up there with one another.
I just got a good one.
There's quite a bit of electricity around here. I go like this and touch my coat and hold the ladder and I can feel it.
And then we realized that the electricity was still on in the building.
So I'm still thinking I got a pinched nerve, so I go over to grab the ladder, I'm like, I'm like, man, this is jacked up. Like, I'm gonna have to tell the lieutenant I'm like hurt already, and like I can't like be on the truck no more.
Electricity on? Yeah, the electricity's still on. Oh, okay.
So we hauled it down to the chief to see if we could shut off the electricity. He said it's coming in underground, so they can't shut it off.
This whole floor is covered with sheet metal too. Okay.
We got a pretty good jolt out of that.
Yeah, we're gonna come down.
I didn't realize it, but we were getting electrocuted, and I'm like, whew. I was like so happy. I was like, all right, I'm not so stupid. Well, I'm stupid for thinking I had a pinched nerve or something, but.
After putting out the fire extensions, Ladder 26 packs up and gets ready to head home. The fire was caused by a short circuit. Damage is estimated at $100,000. Steve's performance as a first-time truckie gets some blunt criticism from senior man Glenn Campbell.
Hey, don't ask. If you want to do something, do it.
As far as?
Like when you went in there and said, you want me to do that? Pull the ceiling? No, I'm gonna work.
Oh, okay.
So if you can get in there, do it.
Right.
Know what I mean?
Yep.
Never give anyone your tool.
I learned that you have to be aggressive in your search for work, which is absolutely the way I want it. And knowing that that's the type of guy I'm working with as Glenn is a good feeling, knowing I'm going to be with somebody that's not going to give me an ounce of work unless I fight for it.
Stevie's, he's going to be fine. He's eager to learn, so that's good, you know. Guys like that we need. I mean, I learned from Kevin, and now I have to fill those shoes, so I have to pass on my experience.
Man is ready. Man is ready.
Oh, supper smells good anyway.
There's a lot of